A diet soda health alert.
I have at least 25 cans a day.
It may save us some calories.
I only drink my diet soda.
But is it slowly killing us?
New research says that just 2 glasses of diet sodas may increase your risk of death by 25%. Pretty scary.
Plus, Rachael Ray serves up some Oz-approved homemade meals.
This is the food of your people.
Coming up next.
Are you ready for season 11? Today, a new health alert about, listen carefully, diet sodas. You all love them, right? You think they're making you healthier. In fact, you think they're a healthy choice. That's why you drink them. But new research says that just 2 glasses of diet sodas, right, may increase your risk of death by 25%. And we're investigating what you didn't know before you crack open your next can of diet soda. Is it really that bad for you? And is there a healthy amount that you can actually drink? Now, I know a lot of you love this stuff, right? And so we uncovered a lot of these diet soda confessions. Take a look.
Dr. Oz, I have a serious confession to make. I am obsessed with diet soda.
I wake up in the morning and the first thing I do is crack open a can of diet soda.
I drink probably 5 diet sodas before 3 p.m.
I have at least 25 cans a day.
I cut out all my other sugary drinks and all my other juices, and I only drink my diet soda.
It's 0 calories, 0 sugar, so I like to think that it allows me to eat cake and jelly beans and the things that my sweet tooth demands. I call it diet soda math.
I still eat my burgers and my french fries, but the diet soda saves me the extra calories.
Diet soda. Oh, what a sound. Oh, it's bubbling over. It's so good.
I really do love you guys. I mean, you're honest. You're telling the truth. Now, here to break down the latest is former diet soda lover, maybe even addict, Dr. Michael Roizen, who's also the chief wellness officer at the Cleveland Clinic. Now, Mike used to drink 30 diet sodas a day, maybe a little more, right? But he gave it up.
A little more.
Yeah, a little more. 10 years ago, he gave it up. Why?
Well, up till 2010, there was pretty weak data that it wasn't okay. And what's not to love? Great taste, no calories. Now, I used to get a pallet delivered, literally 7 high, 4 cases every month to my home. And when I would go to your home and I stayed with him, I would have to smuggle a 6-pack in because Lisa, his wife, didn't tolerate it very much. So then in 2010, the data was accumulating, it wasn't all that good, and you did an intervention on me. I can tell you the exact time, 4:20 p.m., September 4th, 2010 was my last diet soda, and that's because the data were there.
You know what really turned it on? My kids found the diet soda in the fridge, and we've never had soda in the fridge. So they were the ones who came and complained. They said, well, if Dr. Roizen can drink it, why can't we drink it? And that prompted me to say, it's true. If we're all not paying attention to this, then no one's going to do it. So a lot of folks think they're making the right decision. And we did a little survey here, right? We were asking you this question. You think, okay, it's 0 calories, no sugar. What's the problem? 1/3 of you here, and I suspect at home, are drinking more than 2 cans of diet soda a day. Now remember that statistic. 1/3 of all you drinking 2 cans of diet soda a day. What does the new research, just breaking news, say about that specific population, 2 cans a day?
So they followed 450,000 people in 10 different European countries for 16 years. So this is a real long study.
It's a lot of folks.
and they excluded people who had pre-existing condition, diabetes, heart disease, obesity, so they wouldn't be prejudiced. And what they found was just 2 sodas a day increased your risk of heart disease and increased your risk of dying from all causes by 25%. So really big number.
And there are other risk factors besides, I mean, obviously dying is a big problem, but they also had other things they discovered.
Right, so they had increased stroke, increased blood pressure, a whole bunch of other problems. Diabetes and obesity they developed.
So the question is, there must be something in the soda that's causing this. Or maybe not. Maybe there's some other factor unrelated to it, right? We don't know. So let me bring in nutritionist J.J. Smith, who's going to weigh it out for us, deconstruct the diet sodas for us. Walk us through it.
Okay, as you can see, even though there's 0 calories, look at all this. There's so many other things that are going into a diet soda to make it taste and look like the regular kind. Now, the carbonated water, I'm 100% okay with, but then they have dyes and colorings, particularly caramel color. Now, studies show that in animals, they increase inflammation. And even though the studies don't show this for humans yet, this is something that we want to be aware of and be very concerned about.
All right, so we don't want inflammation, and that comes as a side effect of this.
Yeah.
And you actually have a concern with the artificial sweeteners.
Right. The aspartame or other artificial sweeteners change the bacteria in your gut so that you will absorb more of the calories that is in your food.
It's the bacteria in our gut?
It's the bacteria in our gut. Now, the second problem is, so that's one problem. The second is you get an intense sweetness. I love that sweetness, right? You get an intense sweetness, but your brain doesn't get satisfied, doesn't get any sugar up there. So you then say, I want something more, and that's where you go to other sweet foods that increase your risk of diabetes and obesity.
Let me show everyone what we're talking about with this. So we made a little model here of you, the average consumer of 2 cans a day, right? And normally when you consume sugar, right, regular soda, for example, your brain knows what you've done, right? That it's had enough sweet, so you shut down the cravings for the chocolates, the donuts, the other things that are sweet. But when you eat or drink foods with artificial sweeteners, right, you put them in your mouth, those signals, those natural signals are blocked. The artificial sweetener doesn't tell you, hey, don't eat the donuts, the candies, the chocolates, right? Your tongue tastes the sweetness, but your brain knows better, right? It doesn't get the same sensation it does with real sugar, so it sends you looking high and low for more sweets, which will take your weight high and low, right? So we reached out to the Calorie Council, it's called the Calorie Control Council, for a statement on the way artificial sweeteners may affect the body. Did not get back to us in time for this taping. So JJ, you say that craving sweets is part of a problem because it creates a, as you say, fuzzy math around diet sodas.
Definitely fuzzy math. So a lot of people, when they I think they assume that because I'm drinking a diet soda, I can really have something unhealthy. So what happens is I say I had a diet soda, and so I can have the French fries, right? So we have the French fries, right? And then we say, okay, a lot of times because that sweetness is not satisfied, you still want something sweet. You say, because I had a diet soda, I can have some brownies.
Add a little something extra to the mix. Why not?
So, but this math doesn't work.
You really should throw these away.
Right. Because what's happening is a lot of people are drinking diet sodas because they want to cut calories and they really want to lose weight. But this, you can see this fuzzy math doesn't work for losing weight.
All right, so we just went through, I thought what you want to know, but I know what a lot of you are actually thinking, right? You're thinking, is it better to go back to drinking regular soda? I know how it goes. So up next, should you do that? Is there a healthy amount of diet soda you can drink? And is there a healthier soda alternative that I approve of? All that. Stay with us.
Your home is your castle. But what if your neighbor wants to burn it down?
Get off of my property!
An Oz investigation, Neighbors from Hell.
He began to vandalize my home.
All caught on tape.
We're gonna live here until you die.
They're pointing a gun at your door.
He wanted very much to terrorize me.
They want to provoke you.
All new Oz.
That's coming up tomorrow. We're back investigating the new health alert on diet sodas. And the big question is, everyone is wondering, is there a healthy amount of diet soda that you can drink? And what's the best new healthy soda alternative that even I approve of? So we got some diet soda lovers here. We just talked about how 2 glasses of diet soda has been associated with a 25% higher risk of death. So has this changed your thoughts, your opinion about your diet soda habit?
Well, Dr. Oz, I mean, I want to trust you and believe you. My head is spinning like the carbonation in this soda. I'm open. I'm open.
You're open to changing.
Right.
Next time you reach for one of your diet sodas, what's going to go through your mind?
Your sign that says death. But basically, I'm a chemist, I've been at these facilities that make the diet sodas, and it was shocking. It was for me to see that sign today. So I really appreciate this because I am trying to quit.
So I'm going to examine a couple questions that a lot of you probably have right now. I'm going to ask you two ladies to run over to my tasting table. I'm going to give you some alternatives to think out. But in the meantime, Dr. Michael Royce is back with us, nutritionist J.J. Smith as well. Is there a healthy amount of diet soda you can drink? And I just want to say this so we're all on the same page. This was an association, right? So people who drink a lot of diet soda were dying. We don't know if the diet soda is causing them to die. Odds are there are other things they're probably doing as well that are contributing. So I don't want you running away. So is there an amount that people can get away with?
We don't know. My answer would be no right now, but we really don't know. So the key is, whatever you do, do it in very small amounts, the smallest you can, and then you're going to show us some substitutes that are even better.
Before we take folks through that, would you switch to regular soda from a diet soda?
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
JJ, regular versus diet.
Okay, so I have a little confession. I drink too much diet soda. But if you tell me diet soda versus regular soda, I'm trying to get my sexy back. I'm gonna go with diet because it is no calories and it's gonna help me stay slim. So I'm gonna choose diet soda, but everything in moderation. I'm gonna drink a lot less after I learned what I learned today.
And Dr. Oz is willing to do an intervention.
Yes.
Right.
I'll bring the kids over.
Right.
All right, let's walk through the best new healthy soda alternatives that might make your choice a little easier on this. The first are these fresh juice seltzers. JJ, teach us about these.
Okay, so I really love these. Now, if you're looking for something to satisfy the sweet tooth, these are great. So what they are is sparkling water. They have a little bit of fruit flavor. I call them that full body flavor, so they're very good. Just a touch of fruit. And these are great because they have no artificial sweeteners. I know you love that.
How many calories roughly in these?
Well, anywhere from 5 to 15. So this is a win-win if you're concerned about calories and you want to lose weight.
All right, so I know the audience doesn't care about my taste buds. They don't trust them. But our two women who joined us today, thoughts, is there enough sweet in this? What do you guys think? Enough flavor?
No, I'm sorry. There is
Not enough?
Not for me.
Oh, man.
I like
There's a lot of seltzer in it.
A lot of seltzer.
Not
yes.
enough.
A lot of seltzer, not a lot of taste. All right, all right, all right. Well, chemists can be tough. All right.
Yes,
All right.
we are.
Next up, sparkling iced tea. Dr. Rosen, tell us about these.
Well, the great news is this has iced tea, has some caffeine with it, low calories, no added sugar, and the best thing is, again, no artificial sweeteners.
Any benefits to our health besides the avoidance of sugar?
Well, you avoid the artificial sweeteners, you avoid the sugar. It has some caffeine, which is healthy, and it's got a lot of a mineral, manganese, which helps heal bones and joints.
All right, diet soda lovers, thoughts on this?
I like this one.
You
and
do?
You know, first of all, because it has the caffeine, and you need the boost. And it has a tea taste that really, I can perceive it throughout my mouth. It's really good.
All right, so this next idea is sort of cool. I want you to take a look at the funny reaction to this next healthy soda alternative. You're about to taste kombucha.
It really smells like a public restroom. It smells like a public restroom. You know what? No. Well.
I don't know. Are you interested in tasting this, Mike?
I've had it, so I actually...
I'm going to taste the public restroom. In the meantime, this is actually one of your favorites, JJ.
Oh, yeah, this is one of my favorites. I just like saying it, kombucha. Oh, it just sounds like you're doing something really good, kombucha. But what I love about it,
It's got a little punch to it.
What I love about it, it has that healthy bacteria, the good bacteria that we like. And I love anything that improves gut health, and this drink does.
Latrine was a word that came to mind from that last lady. I actually think it's better than that. But this option has the most calories. How many are we talking about?
Calories, 25 to 50 calories, so it's a little bit higher on
not
calories.
that much. That's okay.
It's not bad, but if you're going to look for it, you can look for a brand that is lower in calories, like 12 grams of sugar or less would be ideal.
All right. I know it can be an acquired taste, so I'm going to ask you guys for your opinion. What do you think?
I love it.
Ooh.
You love it?
Yes. Why? Because it has a ginger taste.
Yes, it does have some ginger taste.
I love ginger taste. I'm the type of person that in sushi will eat all that ginger that they put right next to it. So I do like that kombucha.
I like the ginger, but honestly, I don't like the aftertaste. It reminds me of a mixed drink that I would get at a bar.
Well, that's a thought too, by the way.
Yeah, that's not
So
wrong.
which is your favorite of the three?
I would go with the tea.
I would go with the kombucha.
All right, you know, I'm going to say my vote. I didn't expect this. It's the kombucha.
Ah, you like this?
Yeah, and I got to say, guys, I don't mind 30, 40 calories.
Yeah.
That's not a crazy. That's
not
2
crazy
teaspoonfuls of sugar. That's fine. It's not 160 calories that throw me off. Guys, toast to you all.
Cheers.
Thanks for all the wonderful advice.
Yes, thank you.
Be sure to pick up a copy of What to Eat When today, superbly written by Dr. Royce and Dr. Croupain. It'll teach you a lot about life. We'll be right back. Next, Rachael Ray is here, and she's cooking up a celebration with one of my favorite foods.
You guys are gonna learn that sardines are your friend. We're gonna make those quote-unquote stinky fish into a dinner your whole family will actually love.
You can count your life in minutes, days, and years. Or if you're a world-famous chef, like Rachael Ray, you can count it in the delicious meals that you have eaten. That's right, Rachael Ray is back. She's given us a sneak peek at her favorite recipes in her new cookbook, Rachael Ray 50. Memories and meals from a sweet and savory life. And she's both those things. Please welcome my good friend, Rachael Ray.
How are you?
So happy.
My mom sends her love.
God bless her.
She was so envious I'm here with you today. I was just saying my whole family sends their love. Whenever I come here, they get jealous that I'm here without them.
I like making them jealous.
And John, too. John never says
No,
anything.
please,
He's
I
like,
adore your husband.
Tell Mehmet I love him. Tell him I said a good morning.
They're the sweetest people when you come over for dinner, and it is just a one. I feel like the pages in your book, which is so beautifully done. By the way, how'd you celebrate your 50th? Happy 50th birthday.
My friends, I don't enjoy surprises, and I rarely take my birthday off, so my friends threw me a surprise party in November, although my birthday's in August.
Oh, God. That's how to trick somebody.
It was a true surprise during like the biggest snowstorm in New York history last fall. Yeah. So they did get a great surprise in there for me. But really the way I celebrated my 50 years was to write this book, to look back on my life and what I'm grateful for.
It's really it's a bit of a foodography. It's about food, but the biography of your life at the same time. Why tell the story that way?
Well, it's a scrapbook, really. I'm not it's not a memoir in that I don't look back and you know, go through tearful moments or things I would change, because I wouldn't change anything. I'm most grateful for out of my 50 years was growing up with my grandpa and my mom, the family that I was born to, and, you know, work ethic.
Let's talk about your grandfather a little bit. You talk about him a lot. He's in the book a bit. Yep, there's Caesar. And you know, he taught you the true meaning of food, colored so much of how you talk to all of America, all the world about food. So there's this meal, bucatini con la sarde, which is such a perfect way to start.
My grandpa was very proud to come to America. The 4 youngest of 16 kids, 14 lived, and 4 youngest came here. My grandpa was one of them. And he was my best friend when I was little. And he taught me my first word, and he taught me how to read. My first word was vino, by the way. My mom put formula in my bottle, and I didn't like formula, so I'd throw it across the room. And my grandpa, at that time, needed a walker on occasion. He had type 1 diabetes, and he didn't like chasing after the bottle, so he would get to the point of frustration that he would fill my bottle with water and wine, and he'd hold up my baba and go, vino, 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 vino. So I thought that I was asking for my baba when really I was asking for Grandpa's wine.
What Grandpa was thinking was, I'm going to calm that girl down.
Yes.
This will really get her down.
And it did. Gave me rosy cheeks and quieted me right down. And these are fresh sardines, and I love this recipe because it reminds me of my grandpa. You can make it with fresh sardines or sardines from the can. When I was a little girl, my grandpa cooked for us. And my grandpa sent me to school. The first day of school, I had to wear my best dress. I had to wear fancy shoes. Everybody made fun of me because I was in a dress and fancy shoes, like I was going to church, not to school. And then I really became super popular when we went to the lunchroom, and I opened my lunch sack, and it had a sardine and onion sandwich on stale Italian bread.
Oh, I love this.
So I smelled like sardines and onions. So I went home the least popular child in the world. But I still love sardines, and if you've never cooked with them, once you cook sardines or anchovies in oil, it becomes a natural salt. It's full of great nutrition, as you know. You get all those great
Vitamin D,
fish oils.
omega-3s, it's fantastic.
It's really great for your body and your bones, but it mellows the fishy flavor. What this dish tastes like in the end are these ingredients: sweet fennel, garlic, nice salty capers, little baby currants that gives it a sweetness, and red pepper flake.
Why don't you sweat the onions first before you add the anchovies?
You do. They're just showing an example here of what we did. We sweat the onions and fennel. Very good, Oz.
Daphne's teaching me. I'm learning.
You're doing well.
Takes a while.
Yes, you sweat them first in olive oil, and then you take them out of the pan and break down the sardines last minute. These are nice, beautiful, fresh, sweet sardines.
So you got all this done.
So you get this beautiful and add that back now.
That was it? It was already done?
Yeah, those are fresh.
This would be a fast meal.
And then we add a little bit of our anise liquor, Pernod, a little bit of that licoricey flavor, and a splash of white wine. Oh, don't be so cheap, Oz. Don't be so cheap. Okay, we've got that as high as it's gonna go. And then we add the bucatini, big fat spaghetti.
Yep.
And some nice toasted breadcrumbs in there, delicious. And you're gonna have a very healthy breakfast. Now you're getting cheap with the toppings.
I'm trying to get them on.
You're getting really cheap with the toppings here. You're gonna have a delicious, nutritious breakfast like my old school lunch.
Well, I'm gonna eat it. This is how I eat at home. Eat it right out of the pot.
Eat it right out of the pot. Yeah. Oh, go for it. There you go. I'll have
my goodness.
A little sardine for breakfast.
It tastes as good as it smells. This is unbelievable.
It's so yummy. How could you not like that?
So I was so inspired by your book.
Yeah.
That I actually decided to replicate it in video. The story of my life.
Oh.
In food. Life and meals. Take a look.
My favorite childhood meal, it's called kabak dolması. It's Turkish. It means basically stuffed zucchini, and my aunts would make it, especially my oldest aunt. And she would make a huge festival around my coming to Turkey event, and it was fantastic to realize that she shared her love with me, but also with the whole family getting us together. In medical school, I didn't have a lot of time to cook. I bought these big vats of chicken legs. When I got home from school and I was starving, I'd pull out one of those legs, and I throw it in the oven. I'd go up and study for half an hour. By the time I came down at 350 degrees, the chicken was cooked. It actually got me through school. High protein, low carb diet. When I met Lisa, I'd never tasted food, especially vegetables, the way she made them. And my favorite meal seems so simple in retrospect, where she would take beets, cut them up, mix them with little garlic, salt, pepper, balsamic vinegar, olive oil, and then she'd add gorgonzola cheese to it. It was unbelievable. I cook lots of meals with my kids, but usually I'm the griller. And the best memories I have are going fishing with my son Oliver, because we've gone all over the place. And what I really love doing is taking that fish that we just caught and then put it on a grill. And it's the conversation that I appreciate the most. And I always tell Oliver, and I know he doesn't like hearing this from me, but it's true, that I didn't come fishing to catch fish. I came fishing to catch him. I don't brag about it much, but I actually have a sweet tooth. And my favorite dessert, I have it once a year for my birthday, is German chocolate cake. The best part of it is I'm gonna have all my kids coming home, because that's my one obligation. They gotta come home for my birthday.
That was beautiful, Mehmet, beautiful.
Inspired by you, saying all the things you wonderfully do. Here, listen, when we come back, there's a special recipe that Rachel makes to celebrate. It's simple, it's delicious, and it's healthy too, which is why I love it so much. Find out how to make Rachel's most memorable meal. That's next. We're back with the great Rachael Ray, who just celebrated her 50th birthday. Doesn't look it, but she's given all of us a gift. Thanks for turning the tables, as you always do. Always giving. Rachel's sharing the memories of meals that have marked her life, and we're gonna make a dish that celebrates love for Rachel. It's a love of good food, of good places, and her husband, John, who I adore as well. Baked ricotta and roasted grapes.
Yeah, every year we take our friends that are cooks and our friends that are musicians literally back to the scene of the crime, back to where we were married in Tuscany. We bring all of our friends with us, and my friends that know how to cook go in the kitchens with me, and our friends that know how to play music go with John and rehearse, and they form a super group that we named for the company that rents us all the equipment. Emporio is the name of the super group. And all of the cooks and I spend all day cooking for the musicians, and then they spend all night singing for their supper. So it's a kind of a quid pro quo.
Like the good old days. Before you do that, so you just added the Parmesan.
So this, I don't know if you can see, but this is the Parmesan. 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 This This is a dish that we make frequently there because my friends love it so much. It's baked ricotta, and it's delicious as an appetizer or as a simple dessert. And you take fresh ricotta cheese, you add some eggs, lemon zest, Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, any herbs you like. In this case, we have a little rosemary, a drizzle of EVOO, and roasted garlic paste. Oh,
now you're talking.
Then we dump it into a springform pan, and you roast it in the oven, and then you let it cool, and it looks like that over there, Mehmet. And then we take black grapes. We can get beautiful, these are moondrop grapes, beautiful seedless grapes here. But in Italy, you eat the seeds, you know.
Yeah. That's how you fertilize.
It keeps you more regular.
Exactly does.
It's just fiber.
So how long do you roast them for?
You roast them until they slump in a very hot oven, about 15, 20 minutes in a very hot oven, depending on the size of the grape. And I've tossed them with fennel and rosemary.
Oh my goodness.
And you pile them all over the top of the baked cheese with the lemon, right? And then we drizzle thick aged balsamic all over
look
that.
At that.
And then you top that with mint and nuts.
You've created food porn, true food porn.
Isn't it crazy?
Now, I've noticed something. There are no forks on this table, and I'm told...
There's bread, baby. Better than a fork. Edible fork is called bread. See, edible forks. You have to finish the segment I'm eating.
Well, I'll tell you, I wouldn't bother with a fork either. This is the best way to have it.
Delicious.
Crust them up. The ricotta's to die for. But I never have baked... You don't have to use these grapes. You can use any grapes you want.
Roast any grapes you want. And you can just roast figs. You can roast your favorite fruits. Any of your stone fruits work during the summer months?
You know, as a friend, I've been thinking about you a lot. And I always wonder, why does Rachael Ray not have a restaurant?
You know...
There must be a reason, isn't there?
Over the years, I've wanted to.
Look at these people. These are all customers of yours. What do you... I'm calling John. John, hello.
We've never been able to get it together, and I do have so many jobs it would be hard for me to be in a restaurant. What's cool about this book is we're working with Uber, and in 15 cities across America from October 17th through December, you're gonna be able to order my food and get the book and my food to your house. So it's sort of like I can eat with you.
The book is fantastic. Not just the recipes, the memories. But here's the thing. Rachael wants you to all have memorable meals. So she's giving the entire audience
my
this.
lasagna lugger.
Use it. You all go home with one. God bless you.
I love you.
I love you being here. We'll be right back. Oh, this is good. Up next, breaking news about a new type of cholesterol that you need to know about. It is called ugly cholesterol. Do you have it? Find out how you can lower your risks. Breaking news today, researchers have made an alarming discovery about a new type of cholesterol, and it is not pretty. Today, what you need to know about ugly cholesterol. That's the word, ugly cholesterol. A new study says higher levels could be more threatening to your health, and could you be at risk becomes the big question we should all be asking. So superfan Dolores is here. And Dolores, you've learned a lot about cholesterol here on the show.
Yes, I have.
How's it changed your life?
I've learned that I need to make sure that I control it and watch it. I'm a mom of 3, and I have a strong family history of heart disease.
I'm sorry.
So I want to make sure that I will be here for my children.
All right, so cholesterol, you know about the good cholesterol, you know your bad cholesterol, you know your numbers, right? You hope?
I hope.
Have you kept them in check, sort of?
Sorta. Yeah, I monitor them and I make sure that I'm eating healthier and making sure I get my cardio in because it's important I know it's important to get my heart going.
You're the poster child for what to do if you're not happy with the cholesterol numbers. It's fantastic. Come over here. So here's the thing. On this show, I've spent 11 years talking to people about the good and the bad of cholesterol, right? So the question becomes, what about the ugly of cholesterol? So the good cholesterol, right, that's the healthy stuff.
Yes.
They're like little Mighty Mouse. They go in there and they take out the cholesterol and they get rid of it. It's fantastic, right? That's why you want to have the good cholesterol. The lousy cholesterol, they're like these big, bloated Thanksgiving floats. They bang into the wall and they spew cholesterol, right? That's the bad LDL cholesterol.
Yes.
But the good and the bad has to have an ugly too. And it does. And we've never talked about it before, in part because I wasn't sure how important it was.
Right.
But the ugly cholesterol is a cholesterol that it carries around the triglycerides. Triglycerides basically are fats. That makes your blood creamy. So now you know all 3 kinds, and now we know this last kind, this ugly cholesterol, is really a problem. So let me show you what the researchers found. You like playing with Play-Doh?
Yeah.
Good, because this is not Play-Doh.
Okay.
I was just curious. All right, you get one glove, I get one glove. We're going to share. All right. So you know what bad cholesterol does, all right?
Yes.
And you know, but today I'm going to teach you about ugly cholesterol. This is a tube that's carrying blood in your body. These tubes are in your brain, they're in your heart, they're in your legs.
Right.
Right? And so if you have blood, represented by this little red fluid, right? Normally it should
just flow.
And it flows so quickly that you can do whatever you want to do in the world. But if you have too much of the bad cholesterol, here, I'll give you some.
Okay.
Plop it in there.
All right.
Just use your hand.
Oh, okay.
There we are. And I'll get some too. Right? And you plop that bad cholesterol in there, right? And it begins to layer a little bit, right?
Yes.
And so when you put the fluid in, what ends up happening?
It gets stopped.
Some of it, but enough gets through that it's still not that big a deal. Because the thing about bad cholesterol is it's part of how your body scars over wounds.
Right.
Right? So you need to have a little cholesterol in your body. But here's the problem. If you have too much of this bad boy, right? This is the ugly cholesterol. Because what the cholesterol does is it tends to accumulate and block off the areas because it goes into the artery wall directly. So now you end up with this problem.
You get a blockage.
You get a blockage. And this is life-threatening. And as this plaque gets worse and worse, you end up with a blockage that's so severe that nothing gets through. And that's a heart attack. Watch. This, my friends, boom. When that happens, you're in trouble because nothing's getting down. Right? That little trickle's not enough for you.
No, it's not.
Doctors have to rush in there and deal with the stroke or the heart attack or whatever else you're facing. And in one study, they showed the ugly cholesterol was actually the strongest correlated with heart disease. In fact, it was more of a problem if you're over age 40 and you had risk factors for heart disease. So we've been ignoring this huge clue that we could have taken advantage of. So if you're overweight or if you have a family history, you end up being at risk for the ugly cholesterol. Yes. Well, you're taking care of the family history a little bit by being preventive.
Yes.
But you were brave enough to let us test, because here's the thing about life. There's some things that are knowable, and there's some things that aren't.
Right.
And if something's knowable, you ought to know it. And when it comes to the heart, you can know your numbers. Then you don't have to guess. You can actually figure out if what you're doing makes a big enough difference.
Yes.
Okay? So come on over here. We'll walk back over, and I'm going to show you your cholesterol number. If it's okay, you can stay right there. Now, are you okay with this?
I'm good.
All right. You want your ugly cholesterol number, which is in there. It's called your triglycerides, to be between 10 and 149.
Okay.
Your number is, drum roll please, put up there, 107.
Yes.
107, which is perfect. This is the first test that I look at when I check a patient, because if it's under 150, I know you're trying. I know you're doing your best. We may have to do other things as well, but this is a sign that you're doing all the right things. So let's share some wisdom. I'm going to show you what kinds of fats I eat a lot, because the best way to get that good fat number in there is to replace some of the fats that we might like the fats in animals.
Right.
Right? When you have a piece of steak or a hamburger or milk, dairy. You know, it's not that it's bad for you, but it has more of those saturated fats. And if you can have nuts, which you know I always walk around with.
Nuts are great.
Yeah. Do you eat a lot of nuts?
Yes.
How much do you eat?
I try to limit it so I don't overdo, but I try to, you know, like when I'm at a baseball game or whatever.
Handful?
Handful of nuts.
So I'm going to give you a recipe for this. I'm going to say you can have a quarter cup.
Quarter cup.
A quarter cup's a fair amount of hazelnuts, or pecans, or pistachios, real nuts.
Ooh, pistachios are good.
Yeah, these grow on trees, right?
Yeah.
Peanuts don't count. I happen to like peanuts too, but they grow beneath the ground. They're not really tree nuts. They're legumes, right? Because under the ground. You want a quarter cup of tree nuts in your diet, replacing some of the saturated fats, and everyone can get the same numbers you got.
Awesome.
Loris, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay. You can find our printable cholesterol cheat sheet at drraj.com to help keep your numbers in check. Be right back.
A young mom murdered.
My whole life changed.
A cold case until one key piece of evidence opened it back up.
Our cell phones track us every single day.
All New Oz.
That's coming up tomorrow. There are so many sensitive parts of the body, right? We get chapped lips, dry, cracked skin, minor cuts, scratches, diaper rash, cracked heels, even the cuticles, right? You've all said it's a staple in your homes that you've relied on for over 90 years. Well, today, superfans are speaking out about their favorite essential.
Have you seen Susanna's post about Aquaphor?
No, send it.
She loves this product as much as we do.
This Aquaphor spray is like none other. You spray it on, you really don't need to rub it in. It gives you this little shine glow without feeling sticky or greasy. I can put my clothes right back on. Perfect. Thank you guys. We'll see you soon.
I love it so much.
They make a spray now?
It's so good,
Must
right?
get
I use it
immediately. But
every
have you
day.
tried the lip repair stick?
I'm also loving this lip repair stick from Aquaphor. Awesome stuff.
This is my new Aquaphor lip repair. It has saved the day again. I keep it in my kitchen drawer, in my purse, and in my car. No chapped lips for me ever again.
Now listen to me. I only have to put this on one time a day. As soon as I get out of the shower, bam, I throw this on. My skin feels supple, smooth, soft. My kids even know, as soon as you come out of the shower, throw on the 4.
Gotta go. Running to the store to get some more Aquaphor.
Two Aquaphor super fans, Ashley and Lauren, are joining me now. Ashley, I love that little dance you were doing. What makes you the biggest Aquaphor fan?
Well, I love Aquaphor, Dr. Oz. It is the only thing that works for my skin. I use it practically everywhere on my body. My kids know that when they jump out of the tub to throw on the 4.
Throw it on the 4. So, everyone loves the classic Aquaphor, but now they've created a convenient new product that your lips need. It's called the Aquaphor Lip Repair Stick. And Lauren, you actually purchased it. What made you buy it?
I did. I have to tell you, I am totally obsessed with Aquaphor. It is my security blanket. I couldn't walk out here without it today. I have to have it everywhere. I have it in my living room, in my desk drawer at work, in my kids' bedrooms, my basement, my car. Like,
my
I
goodness.
cannot be without my Aquaphor. And I was without it. And I went to the store and had to buy something. And I found the new lip repair, and I absolutely love it.
What makes you a fan of it, a super fan of it?
It really just makes your lips so smooth and soft. It doesn't burn like other products. And honestly, I love that I can keep it in a pocket.
It's pretty convenient.
Yeah, really convenient.
All right, you're going to enjoy this. I've asked board-certified dermatologist Dr. Kim Nichols, who's here on behalf of my trusted sponsorship partner, Aquaphor, to help explain the importance of treating dry, chapped lips. So I built you this incredible model to teach America, right? I'll start. So you notice on your lips, especially when they dry out, you get these visible flakes. Can you all see them there? And if you muck with it, they actually do this to you, which you don't really want, right? And as they dry out, you're left with an uncomfortable feeling as the water evaporates. And we have natural abilities to heal this, but it can't keep up, especially as the weather changes. So what do you do about it?
Well, hi, Dr. Oz. It's great to be back. So, in terms of the lips, you know, we see here with the winter seasons, they start to flake. And what I love here is that, you know, nourishing ingredients like shea butter, jojoba oil, vitamin C and E can help to heal these dry, flaking lips. And if we apply like this, leaving you with healthy, soft, moisturized looking lips that you want.
Again, what you want is what you're seeing up top going away and looking more like this. And this is a pretty, I think, good reflection of the goal that most of us have. Instead, we're going lipping our lips off, getting drier and drier and drier. Now, there are a lot of superfans who want their lips to look more like this than what it used to be. But as a superfan yourself, what is it that appeals to you about the Aquaphor Lip Repair Stick?
Well, I probably recommend Aquaphor 5 to 10 times per day to my patients. And I especially love the Aquaphor Lip Repair Stick because this time of year in the cold season, everyone's complaining about their dry, cracked lips. And it's great with its clinically proven formula to help soothe those dry, flaky lips, leaving them soft and moisturized. And it's a great companion with Aquaphor Healing Ointment, which has always been our tried and true for years for cracked elbows and knees and heels.
Cuticles, surgeons on the cuticles.
Always on the cuticles. So together, they form a great skincare regimen for a complete skincare.
All right, so where do you find the Aquaphor Lip Repair Stick?
So it's already being rolled out in stores nationwide, and it's already so popular that you can even find it in the checkout aisles at stores like Walmart.
Oh, it's cool. All right, so go out, find the opportunities in your neighborhood. But you know what? The wait is over for my viewers because thanks to our partner, Aquaphor, beginning tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, be one of the first 5,000 people, it's a lot of people, to go to DrOz.com to receive a coupon for Aquaphor Healing Ointment or the new Aquaphor Lip Repair Stick. And you know, we're not going to stop there, because I know you won't be happy.
More.
everyone in my studio audience is going home with both the Aquaphor Healing Ointment and the new Aquaphor Lip Repair Stick. So you have the perfect complement of Aquaphor products. I'll be right back. Nicely done. Good one, what's your health? Addiction, anxiety, love, hero, cancer, survivor, personal story. We want to know. Send us your story on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram using hashtag What's Your Story.
Can you please help a sister out, Dr. Oz?
We've been asking viewers to share their stories with us, and here is one of my favorites.
15 years ago, I was a young, broke, single mom. I was unhealthy financially, physically, mentally, emotionally. I really didn't know where I was going in life. And I just knew that I wanted something more for myself and for my kids. I started working on a master's degree. I met and married my best friend who legally adopted my children. I even started a career in teaching. I had actually lost 35 pounds back then in about 13 weeks, and I would love to be on your show, Dr. Oz, and share that anybody can create the life that they want.
So I love this video so much, I asked Sandy to be here today. I'm just gonna show you, this is her before and her after picture again. I want you to commit this to memory. So Sandy, since you've been there and figured it out, just share with everybody, anyone watching now for whom it has not yet clicked, how do they show up in their own life? How do they change what they're doing to become what they want to be?
Well, first and foremost, you have to learn how to take radical responsibility for your life, okay? It's very easy to cast blame and say, because this happened, because that happened, my life, my parents, whatever. But really, we have the power to choose whatever life we want to have. And it starts with really making a decision of what you want. It's very easy to answer the question, what I don't want, right? Ask a woman that, and we know you won't get anywhere. What do you want? Make that decision. Know that you have the power to choose. You can't control what happens around you, but you can choose how you allow it to affect you, how you relate to it, and how you use that information. So what do you want? Why do you want it? And commit.
Radical responsibility, that's what I heard. It's brave, it takes a lot, but it works. God bless you for what you've done. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Remember, please keep sharing your stories. Remember, the power of one lies in the power of you. One person, one voice, speaking the truth, just like you did. God bless you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.